Hey Use World, I am back with another video. Today I have another unboxing for you from Vera Bradley. This is actually pretty surprising to me. And I'm sure you're all very familiar with Vera Bradley because at some point, one time or another, you've been to the mall and of course the outlet, at least here in the United States, you've seen a Vera Bradley outlet and recognize their very iconic design, silhouette, and print. I stumbled across this particular bag because, you know, Vera Bradley and the colorful print is just not my aesthetic, but they make leather bags. Did you know that? Because I didn't know that. So I was very intrigued by it. So I decided to order it just to see what it looks like, just because I didn't want to go to the Vera Bradley outlet and make that trip. So let's just get right into it and share my thoughts on this particular bag. So we're all very familiar with Vera Bradley, but I actually did not know anything about them and their history. So I, of course, looked down on their website to see where they originated from, etc., per my usual curiosity, right? And before I unbag this, I'll just want to give you a little snippet because I feel like we all know about Vera Bradley, but we've never really looked at least I haven't, looked at the history and who started it. But this was started back in like the 1980s, I think on their website. Patricia Miller and Barbara Bradley Bickard, if I'm saying that correctly, started this brand in 1982. And if you go on their website and just look at the brand history, it's just a really sweet story of two friends that, you know, created a handbag brand that's pretty iconic nowadays. And it goes down saying that one of them actually got breast cancer and they started this whole entire breast cancer foundation and research and donated money to the University of Indiana. So I thought that was really sweet. And also what was the most fascinating thing is that I saw on their website that they are actually franchises. Did you know that? Because if you go on their website and see the link saying, be a retailer with us, that just indicates that they are a franchise. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So when it comes to Vera Bradley, I love to hear your stories. Like when I first got my Vera Bradley wristlet or whatever, but if you look at their aesthetic, it's just a very playful, very bright colored, lots of collaborations and different cute animal themes on there. So I see the allure of it. It's not something I would purchase nowadays just because I don't want my bags to be incredibly busy. The only thing I have left from them, I think I only purchased one or two throughout my handbag history, is just this massive duffel tote that you can literally put anything and everything in there. And it's a great alternative if you want something a little bit lighter compared to the Louis Vuitton Keepall 60, which is incredibly heavy. But when I went down the website and I saw that they're offering leather bags, I was like, oh, let's take a look. So I ordered one and it was a new release. So I was just curious to see what the leather quality is like and the designs and how they're bringing it into, 2024. And of course, trying to enter a different market, in my opinion. Again, I don't know how long they've done leather bags for, but it was just really intriguing to me. So it just came with this regular box, lots of stuffing and lots of packaging, and it showed up like this. This is the bag that I got, which is called the Rothvale bag. I'll insert the name down below here. And I thought this particular silhouette is pretty interesting and actually pretty on trend with what the slouchy bag look is happening. And of course, the shoulder and the top handle look. I will say the dust bag that they gave it's pretty awful. Like, I'd rather you not give me a dust bag. Let's spend a little bit of money on the dust bag if you want to provide. And if you want to, supposedly, again, I don't know if exactly this is the direction they're trying to go, but into the more like coach space where they're offering leather bags, create a better experience. Again, this is just my opinion. First impressions from the website, the bag looks great. There's a lot of information on their website talking about the dimensions, talking about what fits. They have a nice video, so it's very informative. I already see so many problems with this. And again, I don't know if this is because it's leather and if the construction, the silhouette, and the functionality is very different when it comes to cloth bags. But I think they do have cloth version of this and they released it in the leather version. Taking a look at the leather is very soft and luxurious. It's very malleable. You've got that really slouchy look because of that. And you can see the veining of the leather right here and on the back. However, it doesn't smell like leather. So that makes me kind of question how processed the leather is. But if it feels nice, whatever, right? It doesn't always need to like punch you in the face when it comes to the leather smell. If you look at the bottom, just to give you a tour of the bag, there aren't any feet, and you can see the top handle can be adjusted and turned into, with these button closures to secure it, and turn it into a shoulder bag instead of a top handle. When it comes to the front portion of it, you can see it is enclosed by this little button thing, which I find kind of weird and a little bit inconvenient. So if I were to use this bag, I would probably just leave it open. They can definitely do a better design by using magnetic enclosures. Like, this is completely unnecessary in my opinion. It's like when you're in a hurry or trying to like, it's like one of those blouse or tank tops that you're wearing, and then on the back of your neck, you have this button and loop that you always have to struggle to get it on. You know, yes, this is actually in the front and on a bag, so it might be easier, but I just feel like this is completely unnecessary. I would rather see a button or perhaps a magnet in the interior and just snap it closed. Like, why do this, right? Now, talking a little about in the interior, I do love how the interior is this nylon material with a really fun print on the inside. And it's not all the way to the edge where it kind of peeks through if you've got your flat bag around. They still have a leather trim right here to keep it looking very seamless. So I love how they thought about that. The interior does come with 2 different compartments that is incredibly spacious. There's also a divider with a zip compartment in the middle. And then you also have an interior zip pocket. If you turn it around to the front of the bag, there are 2 pockets, slip pockets here as well. When it comes to the nylon interior, one's got the fun print and also makes the bag much lighter in terms of the weight. And they do post the weight on their website at 1.7 pounds. So it is pretty lightweight for this massive bag. And when it comes to the nylon interior, instead of just regular cotton interior, it does help keep your bag cleaner, or it's easier to wipe up if you get it dirty and whatnot. And then you can see that there's a Vera Bradley right there. This bag is made in Vietnam, if that's something important to you. I don't have any issues when it comes to bags made in China or bags made in Vietnam. As long as the quality control is good, I feel confident in purchasing bags that are made in China or Vietnam or Turkey or just anywhere that's not, you know, Spain or Italy, right? Now, the back end here, you do have a pretty spacious back compartment, so you can fit everything in there. And it does have a built-in magnet. See, that's and it's pretty strong too. You see that? It just sucks it closed. Like, they could have done the exact same thing in the front. Now I'm looking at the glazing, the stitching. It is done very beautifully. Even on the strap itself, which is actually pretty nice and easy to carry like this. Now, I would say when you have it cinched up like this as a top handle, the bag is impossible to open and close. You see, like, just the physics, right? Like, you can't get this entire flap without smashing it down and opening it like this. So that makes no sense to me at all. It's just very cumbersome for you to open and close your bag when you have the bag cinched up. Now, if they improve this design, now that I'm thinking about this, the way they could have improved this design would be the snap enclosures have multiple lengths that you can play around with. The top handle like this, snap it closed, make it longer so that you can wear it as a shoulder bag and just toss it on top of your shoulders. And then they can make it even longer with a longer strap and turn it into a crossbody or a long shoulder drop strap. When I'm looking at this bag, I feel like this is the only way you can functionally use it. When you have such a massive bag like this that looks very mom, I guess, like, I go to work with this, I go to my kids' soccer game with this, I run errands with this because I need to carry a lot of stuff with me. I need it to be functional. So to me, when it comes to a strap, it's only one way to use it. I would never cinch it up and use it like a crook of your arm or top handle, just because I feel like this is a little bit hard for you to use. And then of course, when you have it cinched up like this, it's harder to make sure that the flap closes nicely and evenly in the front. Now, the other con I also want to cover is that because it's this trapezoid shape, you can't actually fit a laptop in here, unfortunately. Now, if you want to use this as a work bag, that's the downfall of this. If they made the hole or the opening a little bit bigger and be able to fit a laptop in here, I think this would be a win-win bag for you to go to work. If you don't need to bring your laptop around, then you can obviously just put your lunch in there, put your workout clothes in here. So something to think about. I basically ordered this out of curiosity. If this actually fit a laptop, I think it would have been a great option. I don't know. Now that I'm looking at the enclosure and actually playing around with it, I don't know if this is probably a complete deterrent for me to want to keep the bag. But I did order this bag purely out of curiosity to see what kind of quality Vera Bradley has to offer when it comes to their leather options. And I'm pleased to say that this, I would say, is on par with Coach leather. Now, I can't speak to what the wear and tear is gonna look like just because I just got this bag, and I don't think I'm gonna keep this. I really don't like purchasing a lot of bags and returning them. The design is probably not on par as Coach, and I do love how Vera Bradley is stepping into outside of their comfort zone, so to speak, and exploring options when it comes to offering leather to their customer base. Now, if they were to update the strap as well as the enclosure right here, I think there is potential for Vera Bradley to be an option for us to look at. So this is just a quick short video about my unboxing here. Again, just based on my research, I'm gonna send this back. I don't think I'm gonna keep this. I have too many bags to discover. I just, at this point, I cannot settle for, one good thing versus one that would drive me insane, right? And drop a comment down below. Did you know that Vera Bradley had leather bag options? Because I didn't. And of course, if you ever have bought a Vera Bradley, I'm sure we all have at some point, what did you get and which pieces were your favorite? Life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. I'll see y'all next time.